Cheers, guys. Well, today marks the start of the 10th week of our industrial action, going back to the 28th of February, when our members decided unanimously to take action against the company for their industrial terrorism, with their decision to fire and rehire our key worker bus drivers. Our members said we will not stand for this, and we took the action that we thought appropriate to go and tackle an aggressive employer like this. There's a lot of thank yous I'd like to say. There's that many. We've got the Manchester TUC's been with us from day one. We have got the People's Assembly been with us since day one. We've got Extinction Rebellion. We have got the Unison branch. We have Better Buses for Greater Manchester. There's loads of individuals who have contributed and backed our strike and shown support to us all the way through. But the biggest thank you I've got is to the members who elected me as chair of your branch. It makes me so proud to be chair of a branch who stand together and stand solid throughout. You're a credit to yourselves, your families, all of your children. You're an absolute credit. You're a credit to this country. You're a credit to our movement. You've shown that when employers come with aggression, there is only one way to tackle them, and that's to stand together, stand proud, and stand fast, and stay out until we get a deal that satisfies our members. We're not about to satisfy politicians. We're not here to satisfy bosses. We're here to satisfy our members. On that note, there has been some, let's say, premature press been going around on social media. I can tell you now here today that we have had a document from London, from the Go Ahead group, and I'll point out some details that was in that. It says fire and rehire has been withdrawn. It says fire and rehire contracts have been null and void. The two members that we are standing with to get them re-engaged in employment have been guaranteed their jobs offered back. The sham bogus disciplines that the company intended to undertake once we went back to work have been scrapped. This is a sign of things to come. If we stand together, we can overturn these employers and we can make them stand up and think. There is two things that motivate an employer: profit and fear. We put fear in front of their profit, we prevent them from getting number one. The last thing I want to say is the deal is not done yet. We will be congregating tomorrow at the Salford office to go through all the details, the finer detail of what has been put on offer by the Go Ahead group. When we are satisfied with that, we will then engage with our membership and let them fully understand what the offer is. And only then will we return to work if our members decide to vote yes for the deal. We will not be returning beforehand. That message is clear, that message is loud, and we are here today to tell the company we'll decide when we go back to work, not you.
Now, fire and rehire is one of the most pernicious things that we've seen since the attacks that took place on workers in the Victorian times. And what's worse, at this Queen's Road depot, is that it happened to drivers who put their lives at risk in this pandemic. Bus drivers are one of the groups with raised rates of COVID death. Yet every day, these drivers went to work, knowing that that day could be their last, that they could infect their families, because they knew they needed to get our key workers to work to save people. So imagine, after that risk that you put yourself and your family through, that you get a letter from your boss telling you, sorry, we're going to drive down your terms and conditions now, thanks for your service, but if you don't agree, you're going to get a sack. That's what happened here. It's what happened at British Gas, and it's just the start of things to come. Now, the Tories know how easy it would be to ban fire and rehire. They just have to make tiny tweaks to current employment legislation, but they won't do it. They make all the right noises. Even Jacob Rees-Mogg was in the House of Commons saying, oh no, fire and rehire, it's terrible, shouldn't happen. But he hasn't done anything about it, because they're watching. They're watching picket lines like Queen's Road and British Gas to see how much public support those workers have. They're watching to see how easy it would be to take away workers' rights right across the board. And do you know what's happening in the background? Well, Boris Johnson has been having meetings with business leaders because he wants to turn Britain into the Singapore of Europe. Now, Singapore's important because that is a model of neoliberalism on steroids. Workers' rights are at an all-time low, it's a tax haven, and it's not a place where picket lines do very well. But we're not going to let that happen. And this show of solidarity today sends out a powerful message. In Greater Manchester, if an employer tries what they've tried here on these workers at Go North West, we'll be there. We won't stand for fire and rehire. We will stand in solidarity with those workers. So thank you everybody, and let's ban fire and rehire. Solidarity.